welcome to episode 19 of Bitches of Horror.
Yes, 19, and this episode we're going to talk a little bit about the Glasgow Frightfest. Make sure to say Glasgow and not Glasgow, because they will get angry with you. But it was a great festival.
Yeah, it was amazing.
We met loads of people, and we had a really great time.
Yeah, I wish it was longer.
Yeah, it was just really, really good. So we're going to do it in order, sort of, with all the feature films, and then we'll talk about the short films in another episode.
Yeah,
we're going to start with the first four.
Because there were so many movies and short films, so we have to, do it in separate episodes.
Yes. So, let's start
with the Hexecutioners. Not executioners, the Hexecutioners.
Hex.
Yeah.
This I was looking forward to.
Yeah, me too. I had heard good things about it, and people were like, yeah, it looks really interesting, and I saw the poster, I was like, yeah, it does look interesting.
Yeah, I love the mask, the skull mask.
And the first scene was, it was okay. I was like, yeah, this is a plot that could work. Not many movie focuses on the job of, illegally killing people. Yeah. Yeah.
And, that from that aspect, it was kind of interesting, looking through what people go through, doing this job. But it just turned into a whole different movie after the first 15 minutes. It was just out of control. And they had no idea what they wanted to do with this movie. That's what it felt like.
It could have been so good. So good. But it just went bad. It went really bad, and it was slow, boring, for the first, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, just very slow. By the way, it's about a girl who takes a job as a... Is it called? What do you call it in English? I don't know. Someone who legally kills people in their last... if they have a will to be killed, she goes and kills them with a syringe and some medicine. And it's her first day, and she does a job that... goes so-so. And then we will follow her on her next job.
She gets a guide to help her, show her how to do this job and, what can come and what, can go wrong and whatnot. And she's really cool, her mentor.
Yeah, Olivia.
Yeah.
She was very good. She acted good, and I liked her character.
Yeah, and she looked very good. She was beautiful.
Yeah, she was. And the relationship between them was really interesting because they were the opposites.
Yeah.
The personality was opposite, and that was interesting. But that's about it, I guess, that for the positive
I
things.
really didn't like the main actress. Not her, but just the character was just so boring. She was just the weakest person you've ever seen. There's nothing wrong with weak people, but she was just just too...
And she did some stupid stuff, stuff with her cat, and questionable decisions, and just... What?
So she has to leave. I don't know. She just puts her pet in the middle of nowhere. And she's like, what?
She was like, I couldn't live in my apartment because of my cat.
It was just really weird. And...
who does that? Seriously.
And she just wandered off everywhere. They were just like, we're gonna go here. And she's like...
No, I'm going over there somewhere else.
Let me go to this strange corridor over there. That happens once in a while in movies, usually. It happens once or twice. But every time they were gonna go somewhere, she just wandered off somewhere. You're just stop wandering off. Go with your people.
Go with Olivia. She knows what she's doing.
And that really annoyed me. And then it kind of takes a turn towards the end of it. And then you really don't know what's going on.
There's a music video in it. Or
basically, this man who they're going to execute wants them to do this special ritual. I don't know. It just...
No.
It's really weird. She had a hard time killing someone with a syringe, but this guy wants her to cut him open, and she's just like, yeah, that's cool. You're just like, what?
Yeah, where did that come from?
Where did that come from?
This.
Yeah, and it kind of just I don't know. And then there's this one scene that looks like a music video.
Yeah.
And
it was really gorgeous, beautiful, but it doesn't fit with the
it looked okay until they started with all the blur. It was just blur. Constantly. There's crows in the air, and there's just blur. It's stop using blur. It's it was the first time they'd seen Blur and they just loved it. It was like they're like worshipping Blur, and it was like, Blur, it's so beautiful.
Oh.
And it was just really annoying. It had like no focus, and it's just like, stop it. That really, I didn't have a lot. Not a lot of good things to say about this movie. So the acting wasn't bad,
no,
but it was just really bad. They just didn't really know what they wanted with the movie.
Story-wise,
yeah. So
you'll give it a
4.
Yeah, I'll give it
4
a 4
to 10.
4 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, moving on to Anguish. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed this movie. I didn't think it was really good, but I enjoyed it.
I didn't like it as much, but it wasn't horrible. But I don't know, it was just, for me, it was just boring. Like boring. I did like the main character. I liked her, but I didn't like the character you first see in the first scene. I was like, she's really annoying, and I'm not rooting for her, and
I liked it. Like, it wasn't, I mean, it's a little bit of a horror, but it's also a lot about her character. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was very emotional and psychological sort of ish. And it had a lot to do with, paranormal things. And I love the paranormal, and
yeah, I do.
That aspect really interested me, and like, I don't really, you can't really say too much about this movie without spoiling it. So, bear with us. But it's pretty slow paced. But it kept me wanting to see, finish watching it. Usually I don't really like slow-paced movies, but this one, it was still interesting enough for me to keep, thinking, oh, okay, what's going on? Like, I really want to keep following this character and see what's going on. And I really enjoyed the ending, because I thought it was something different. But Sarah...
Yeah, I prefer, like, my possession movies, like The Exorcist or the Possession of Emily Rose, kind of, movies without spoiling this. I can't say anything, because you will spoil the whole thing, so... It wasn't for me. Yeah. No.
I enjoyed it. I mean, of course this movie had some flaws. It looked like a low budget.
I had a problem with it looking like
not that, but I mean, it wasn't a high budget movie. It worked and it looked good.
It looked good.
They had some weird scenes here and there, but I enjoyed it. So for me, it's like a 6 out of 10.
I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Yeah.
It was not as bad as The Executioners. Really? Oh, God, you're the worst.
But it wasn't worse. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely not, but...
Yeah. So now we have Pandemic.
Oh, wow, and this one, I was skeptical from the beginning.
Me too, because, virus movies, they
don't work anymore. Like, this...
They're
you have to give this... I mean... No, I don't even want to give it... No. Like, because I'm so sick of every pandemic movie being either found footage or first person. It's like, same. Come on.
It's just the same.
You don't need it to be like that. You don't need it to be like that. Why do you have to do that? It's bullshit. It's terrible. And this movie just didn't do it for me. It was very stereotypical.
Yeah, very cliched, everything from the beginning to the end, like the characters and... But there were a few minor highlights.
Yeah, I mean, the characters weren't that bad, except for the main character. She was terrible. Mickey Pfeiffer was in it. It was good to see him again. Yeah, he did a good job. What's his name? Alan. Can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Lily Allen's brother, the guy who plays
from
great.
Game of Thrones. Yeah. He played Wheeler in this one. He was really good. I like his character.
He was a bit over the top sometimes, but I did enjoy him. He was probably one of the best characters in the movie.
Yeah, he was.
So, it had its few...
A few scenes, like the locker room scene where they...
they had
that was quite cool.
Basically, this movie was a bad video game.
Yeah.
It was like a video game, because it was a lot of first person. It was like Doom, the end of Doom movie, where they goes first person, and that, that was really cool. But they did that like once, the same as in Doom. That was like the only thing that was good. And there was that one scene. Yeah. And then it just, just like, alright. and just and they just didn't know what they. I don't know. Stupid decisions. A lot of stupid decisions were made.
Yeah, very stupid decisions. Very. No, I don't know. It ended like I expected it to end, and no, I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't enjoy this movie at all. I thought it was just meh all the way through. I was kind of hoping it would be something else, virus movies, but I
lost my hope
really,
in virus movies.
really hard
Yeah.
to like these sort of pandemic movies now, because none of them when that come out are any good. Like, it's been a long time since something good came out. And this one didn't make an exception, unfortunately.
So, I'll give it a 3 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the same as Executioners, but 3 out of 10.
Yeah, okay, so let's move on to a good movie.
Yeah, we
Mind's
actually
Eye.
enjoyed this one.
Yeah, finally a good movie.
Yeah.
This one was really cool. If you like Almost Human, you should check this one out. It's from the same director, Joe Begos.
And he was actually there, and we had a chance to interview him, and we'll be putting that up.
Yeah, that will be up later.
No, I'll have to bleep out a little bit of it, because I asked him a really stupid question. We just started with interviews, so, have some patience with us.
We'll get better.
Yeah, I asked him a question that kind of spoiled the whole movie, so I'm going to cut that part out.
Yeah, so, yeah.
But he was really interesting to listen to. Like, he had his little panel when, after the movie, and it was really cool talking to listening to someone who really loves making movies
And makes horror movies.
Yeah.
Even though he might not have the budget he wants, he just goes and does it anyway.
Yeah, the
Really
effects
cool.
in this were really, really good.
Awesome, amazing. Exploding heads and...
This movie was basically Scanners, and he did say that it was his version of a sequel to Scanners.
Very
and you could see the inspiration from it. I mean, it basically was Scanners.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see, like, the new effects and how he did them, and him talking about how they did things and how, they had problems and stuff, and it was an interesting experience. And this movie was special.
It was beautiful.
It looked
gorgeous. The lighting, wow, everything.
I had some troubles with some of the actings, but overall they did a really good job.
Mm-hmm. No, it was really cool. I mean, they even had like psychokinesis battles.
Yeah.
They were staring at each other.
Yeah, you wonder why there's not that many, telekinesis, horror movies around. There was a lot of, there were some of them in like the 80s and
like
70s.
some elements.
But I'm guessing that's when it was popular, because that's when it was sort of unknown.
Yeah, I haven't seen like lately.
And, but, seeing that is also like kind of like a new thing for our age, or this, this age of the horror movies.
Yeah.
And that was interesting to get a take on something that hasn't been done for a long time.
Yeah, it was refreshing, definitely.
The music as well, I have to give credit to the music.
Even
the music was
the
music was really, really good. And I really enjoyed the music.
I enjoy everything.
Yeah. I kind of really need to re-see it, but I'm like between a 7 and an 8. Okay. But I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 because I really enjoyed. Listening to people talk about their movies also makes it a little bit better because you get another understanding. So before I rewatch it again, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely.
So we have some other special movies coming up, and we really want to. We're looking forward to talking about them. We have Patchwork and
Baskin,
The Wave, and some really. The second day was more international movies. I mean, more exotic movies, and there were some good ones and some not as good ones.
The first day was like, except The Mind's Eye.
The Mind's Eye
and Patchwork was also.
But we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, we have to say that one.
So we'll come up with some interviews that we got with Joe, and then we got one with Tyler McIntyre who did Patchwork. And
we also got some interviews from the Women in Horror event we went to.
Yes.
So lots of stuff coming up.
Yes. So look forward to it.
And don't forget to like our videos.
Yes. Like them. So when you search for Bitches of Horror, they can actually come up.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, so, thanks for
Thank you.
watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Stay
Bye.
horrific. Bye.